else is on with us? Oh, I have just you so far, Irene. We'll give it a minute, and then I'm going to start. I just wanted to go through. What's going on with my phone? Just wanted to go through. Hi, Erin. Uh, Working on this sleigh and how to complete it. I'm good. I'm good. Just trying to get these last few things completed and off my table so I can get going into all of the new stuff that is coming down the pipeline. So lots and lots and lots of stuff coming in. We just got this line in called Old People. We've already reordered. It's arrived today, so Dan is putting that in the system. The thing with mixed media is, of course, my nails are all mucked up now, which isn't good. So I do have a glove here to put on when I'm working with some of this stuff, because I don't want to. I've got another week or so before I go get my nails done. Hi, Gay. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing my doctor move here, getting this glove on my hand. Whoops. Turn those rings around. Pull that back down. Fix my ring. There we go. Okay. So, ouch. I'm going to first show you the other projects that I finished up. The one was the toilet paper album. So I'm going to show you how I completed that one. So this is the front of it. I've got a little tie on the side there, and I did put some rub-ons on the back. If you want to know how to make this toilet paper album, go back a few videos to before Christmas. I did put stickles on my ribbons to give it some, let me turn that down a bit. There we go. Now I don't know if you can see or not. It's got some little dots on it to give it some glitter. And then this opens up, of course, and I've got, this was all of the Christmas 49 and Market, so I've put this little Santa here. I'm going to move this right down. Here we go. So I've got this little Santa here in the car, and then each pocket has a pull-out. Put some other little pieces on here, rub-ons on the little tags tucked inside, some more little pieces, all from the mini ephemera, and a little reindeer on this one here. I think it's that light is, there we go, maybe that's better. And then we've got rub-ons on here, a few rub-ons on here, and some other pieces. There's actually 2 tags in this one. And what else do we have? Some other ephemera here, and that's it. And just close it up. I love the lace. I put that lace on there. I've got a glare, and I don't know if it's glaring for you guys as well, but I don't like it, and I think it might be, there we go, it's that light. I don't think I have it turned properly. We've got these lights to have near us when we're working, but I also don't like the fact that it's not giving me good lighting there. There, I think that might be better. It's darker on my table, but I think we can see a little better. So that is that one completed. And then the other thing I did was the vignette. So these are the trays. Move these little pieces off because I still need to add these on. And I might do that while we're looking at this before we start on the sleigh. So this was the 3-pack of trays. Now I'm going to move that back up again. And what I did was I turned them. I'm going to move that sleigh out of the way for a second. And created this vignette like this. So the lights go on. So I have the lights around this section, and on this section I've put the lights all on the tree, and they've gone all around here. This is the ice from Stamperia the snow that I have put all the way around to cover up the wires for the lights. And then I put a little wreath in the bottom here. I've got this little boy, and it says Santa Claus. I've put some chipboard behind it to pop that guy up. In the top, I've got a few candies, a pine cone, a hand pointing to December 25th. And then I turned one of them sideways to create sort of like a little park or skating rink. And I've put this fence all the way around it. I then put a little house inside here, put paper, of course, in all the backgrounds, and then I had another little tiny tree. These things are great to grab at the dollar store. This here was from one of my molds, and I added some more of the snow, so it looks like we're looking through a window. Now I do have another 25 that I can add on here, and I was thinking about putting it on here, but I don't know about that now. Having second thoughts. I also have this piece that I thought would look kind of nice up in the top there, and glue that piece on there. And I do have a couple of little baubles, but I'm liking the way it looks right now, so I'm thinking I'm going to leave it like this. And, you know, next year when I pull it out, I may add a few other pieces to it. But at least this gives you an idea of what you can do. So these here were pieces of cardboard to separate that tray. So it's really easy to do. And then, you know, however you decide to turn your trays to make a series or a little vignette is totally up to you. But I kind of, in my head, had this idea of putting this one down sort of as a platform. I do have a Santa Claus as well that I can add on there in that corner. Actually, and I think I can put him on there now. I'll do that because my glue gun is going. So I may as well do it. And I'm going to stick that. No, you can't come up. Oh, no. No, no, no. So I'm putting my Santa Claus on the corner there, and he's just down to, no, Scruff, you have to get down. You're going to get burned. And then I put little pom-poms here, which, hi, Carolyn. Hi, Judy. Hi, Michelle. I missed seeing all of you guys on there. So yeah, so I've got the little candies. I think I'm going to add a third candy up there, because I have it. So I'm using my little Sizzix glue gun, which I love. I'm going to tuck that one up there as well, just to give it a grouping of 3. And I had this boy to put in, but I really think he's too tall, and I don't want to add him. So, you know, you can just keep adding and adding and adding in these things. Actually, I think I'm going to put those little things down in the bottom there. I want to, whoops, that's the other piece I need in a second. I just want to turn the little ball part in. Grab the one I dropped on the floor. So yeah, you know, in the dollar store, they've got all of these little tiny pieces that you can, you know, add to your piece, to your vignette. All right, and I want to tuck that blue ball in there, like that, and it's just giving it a little shine. And I do have another 2.5 here, but I think I'm good. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually put something on there or just leave it that it looks like a skating rink. I may look for some little skaters or something, you know, that I can put on there at another time. But I'm going to leave this, and then we're going to move on, and I'm going to show you the sleigh. So, let me turn the light off on this. So this red I found to be quite orange. And so I didn't like the color on my sleigh. And you guys know I had it all painted. However, I redid it, and I redid it in this pink. You could see it's a pink with a white rub through it. I ended up covering up all of my ice on here, so I'm just redoing that, which is right here. I did end up also covering up my stencil that I did, but that's okay, because, you know, things change. But before I get into doing this one and finishing it up, I'm not going to do the index cards inside. I'm going to show you the other sleigh that is completed. So on this one, let me just move that glue gun back. Scruff, I don't need your help. I really don't. So this one is complete, and it's got all the little pieces tucked inside. So this one was done with a white, and then paper was cut just for the bottom part of the sleigh. Not a lot on the outside of the sleigh, so that is on both sides. And then the runner has been done in a brown. So, and then of course inked along the edges to give it a roughed up look. Now on the inside, we've got all these cute little index cards, and we do have those available. Now on the acrylic ones, what's really neat to do is to take white paint and just do along the edges of your acrylic, just so that it stands out a little bit. The other thing you can do with the acrylic or the acetate is to run it through your one for candies. That's a great idea. So yeah, I mean, this one here, the acetate, you can cut your acetate sheets, run it through your embossing folder, and it creates a really nice pattern. And then again, white paint has been rubbed over that. On this side here, we've got some paper. What are you chewing? Stop. And then on the back, just so that we don't see the back of this, we have another piece of paper added there. This one here, oops, can't get that out, I'll show you. This one here, the whole back has been done, so this is a chipboard one. It's been done with a plaid paper, a little piece of music, a little bow, a couple of pieces popped up. But the nice thing is you can use this for recipes, or you can just use it for, you know, decorative cards. As Carolyn said, she did one of hers for candy. This one here's got some little banners on it and little bows. Back has been painted and some paper added. So you can do different things on each one. If you've got some die cuts or stickers, you know, you're just use that. Use up leftover paper. It's just fun to do. And Rolodex is really, really big right now. So this one here, I've got to put another piece of paper because we don't want to see, those are the pop dots on there. So that's a basic one with nothing on the outside. So I did not like my red orangey color. So as I said, I've done it in a pink, and no! Get down. You're going to get thrown out of the room. Out. Sorry. I didn't like the red orange, so I wanted to use my Prima paper because it's just, I love Prima paper. And so I have this paper, still have a bunch of it left over. We've done projects with it. We've done some classes with it, and I love the look of this soft pink, and then there's some teal, and here's the teal. So these ones here, I am going to use my All in Create. This is number 68. It's called Galactic Edges, but you also have in there the Rolodex. So I will cut the background out in a teal or a pink, and then I will cut my printed paper out with this one. And then I can decorate my inside little indexes the way we did for the first one that I showed you. So for this one here, I started to cut out some little pieces. So as I said, I have redone this piece, I think. Yeah, that's dry now, so I can work on this side. But I love lace. And you know what? If you're going to do something like this, then what's better than some beautiful, beautiful lace? So I really want the outside of this to have that kind of cool look to it. We have some beautiful laces that we have to put into the store. I have been buying from all over the place these gorgeous lace pieces, and want to share them with you guys because they are gorgeous. We did have some in the store for a little while, and then they sold, and then I just haven't gotten around to putting more in. So I'm thinking that, I want to put this lace on both sides. I love the fact it's got these little pearls. But what I want to do first is I want to give this a little bit of crackle. So I have a white crackle here, and I'm going to open that up. It's very chunky. And what I'm going to do is I am going to just smudge. How do I want it to go? I want it to go this way. Okay, just to give it a few spots on this side, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now, the thicker you put this, the longer it takes to dry. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I do have my heat gun set up. So that is white crackle. We also have gold crackle. We have, maybe we can put a little bit of the gold if I get my, yeah, that lace is gorgeous. And as I said, I've got so many beautiful laces to put into the store. I think I'm going to add, I can't do that because this is why you want to use press and seal on your stuff. This is dried out on me, so I can't even dig into that. That one is garbage. You don't want to be wasting your products. So while I'm going to let that dry, I have a mold that does all of these numbers, and I wanted to have a 2-5 on there. And so I did the mold, and we will be doing a moldy class as well, so you guys can do some of, the different molds that I have. I have over 100 molds. This also was painted with a mix of, I should tell you, raspberry and milk white of the Stamperia paint. And I'm going to use the Stamperia. This is turquoise, and I'm going to put it on the 2 and the 5 because I thought that would be nice, and it will give it a little bit of a contrast. So I'm going to hit that with the heat gun, but before I do that, let's get this covered. Get a paintbrush here. Trying to work with this glove on as well. Now this has got a lot of detail on the number, which is really cool. So on Moldy Day, what happens is you can use my molds, you can create as many pieces as you like with your package of resin. And believe me, you get to create a lot. And then, it only takes 10 minutes for this resin to dry. So it's great. It gives you, an opportunity to play with a lot of different things. And then you've got pieces that you can use for mixed media or for tags or whatever you want. But it gives you a nice good stash without having to buy all the different molds. You just have to buy your resin, come to the class, and do the class. Or your resin actually is the cost of the class. I do not charge a fee for me to teach. And then I do show you, different things you can do with the resin. Now I will tell you that this has already been coated with gesso, so that my paint will adhere, because it tends to be a little slick and shiny. I'll put that down for a second and I'll pick it back up to finish that. You have done it twice, Judy. 2 times so far. It's 8 o'clock. My cats are meowing because it's tea time, and tea time means it's treat time. So they're meowing. I can hear them meowing at Dan. Well, at least Scruff anyway. The big mouth one. Okay. So we're already at 8:20. Just want to be mindful, not keep you guys longer than an hour. I am working on a whole ton of different projects that will be on my Tuesday nights, classes that I will be teaching virtually and classes that I'll be teaching online. As soon as I get my books finished over the next week, I will then be able to focus all my energy on that. I have been putting off doing my books. Well, I have the whole year to do. So, foolish me, I've done it again. Every time I say I'm not going to do that, I do it again. But just one of those things, right? But get it done and over with. Okay. So this will dry, and I'm going to give that crackle a good blast. So there we go. Beautiful 2-5. I love that color. Wax coloring? Wax coloring. Wax coloring. I'm not sure what you're referring to. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to leave my brush. Normally, I would wash my brush right away, but I'm not going to have you guys wait for me to do that. Okay, take that off. And I'm going to clean that, so that'll be ready if I need it. All right, so let me grab my heat gun. Oh, I see what you're talking about now. Okay, so I want to give this a blast. Add a blast. And the cracks are starting already. This is what we want. Okay, I'm just going to do the other side as well while I'm at it. Now I can see the cracks. Yeah, the sleigh is quite big actually. Okay, I'm just going to finish drying this. All right, so I've already determined that I want to do both sides of this piece. So I'm not going to put the lace on yet. What I want to do, I think I'm okay to put it that way, is I want to put some different pieces on here first. So I have cut out some pieces out of that paper that I can layer on there, but then I've also got these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. So I thought on this side I could have these two flowers on this side, and then tucked on top of these little cards here. There's still a glare. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to turn that light off. I don't think it's where. No, turn it off. Well, that's a little dark, but I think you can see better. So I'm thinking of putting these two flowers on here. I also have like all these really cute little fluffy feathers that I like to add and tuck in, and these other pieces, just to give it some elements. Now, I want you to remember that mixed media doesn't always have to be, or it can never be, steampunk look. You don't have to do that. You know, you can have something look very, very feminine and very, very pretty. And, you know, that's still mixed media. But for some reason, you know, sometimes we get in our head that it needs to look like steampunky. Sorry, I'm looking for something here. I'm looking for some 3D gloss gel, I think. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to find one more thing here. Paper texture paste. Just trying to find something to hold. Okay, soft matte gel. All right. So I'm going to use some soft matte gel to hold all of those pieces on. And then I'm also going to use that, and this one is transparent. If I can get it open. I try to make sure I get all these containers open before we start. And then sometimes I just decide to add something else in there. Okay, so I am going to use this to hold these pieces down. Now, I know that for sure, I want this lace on there. So I have to think about where I want the lace down. These are the little pieces from when we assembled the sleigh. So I really want to cover those. But I want to have, you know, I want to be able to have these little pieces on here. So I'm just trying to figure out placement right now. Okay, so I'm going to take this and put some gel on the back, and I'm going to stick that down. I have inked the edges of these pieces that I cut out. Do you know what? This isn't the one I want. What I want is the 3D gloss gel. So we're going to put the lid back on this one. Tomorrow, all of these will get their press and seal put on. There's so many different types of paste, and learning which one to use for what can always be a challenge. And I do have, I'm trying to find my 3D gloss gel, gesso, modeling paste, gesso. Well, I have no shortage of gesso. That is not what I want right now. Well, that's bizarre. Oh, here we go. 3D gloss gel. I had soft matte gel. It was the 3D gloss gel that I needed. Sorry, folks. This is the one we want to use. So let me wipe off my brush, and we're going to put some on the back here. And this is great for all your dimensional stuff to hold it down and hold it in place. Okay. So next I think I want to add these really pretty flowers, and this goes really well with this paper. So this is all in the pinks and the teals. So I'm going to take some of this 3D gloss gel, put one there. I'm going to put one sort of tucked under the other, like that. There we go. Now I want to slide in some of this stuff, and these were just little mini pieces that I picked up. So this is a floral bunch, and same with the feathers. They come on a stick like this, and I'm just pulling them off. Looks like a feather duster. Pulling them off, and I'm going to add them. So I'm just tipping the ends of this into the 3D matte gel, and I'm going to tuck that in there. Same thing with some of these really cute little feathers. This is what Scruff was after. And I want to tuck that. Actually, I'm going to pull that up that way a bit. I'm going to tuck that in there. Just making sure I'm using the transparent one, because I'm going to add some little beads in the top of there. So I will grab those. And I do happen to have some really nice pinks. These are by Finnabar as well. So when you get started with mixed media, you're certainly not going to be getting everything at once. You know, it's nice to sort of build up your stash. I do need a small brush to grab some of that. So I want to, no, that's not going to work. Let's do it with this. So I just want to put some of that 3D gloss gel in here and add a couple of the beads. These beads are gorgeous. Oh no. Add a couple more. This is when it's great also to do a class. I'm going to be doing a tag class and showing you different mixed media ways of putting things onto different things. Teaching you about some of the different products and how you can use them. No! Oh my gosh, get down. That will dry. You know, this is transparent, so it will dry, and then we won't see, whoops, where I've got the paste. So I'm looking for some of the smaller beads. A little bit in there. Scruff. And I think I put another little pink one right there, like that. All right, well, we've got that side looking pretty. I could heat that, but I'm going to wait a few seconds. What I want to do, I do have, okay, you have to go. Oh yes, out you go. Bye-bye. Okay. Worse than having kids. I have some Sparks paints, and I love the Sparks paints because they do give a really nice glimmer. And so I do have pink, I have gold here. Oh, I also have some glass beads I can add. Why don't I add a few of the glass beads up in there? So let me take a little bit more of this and put that there, and we'll add some glass beads in there as well. We got them, may as well use them. Are we all good? You guys okay? You're very quiet. Scares me. Okay. So that will stick wherever the 3D gloss gel is. So I think I want to take a little bit, and let's see what this paint is like. Oh, we're good, we're good. And I'm going to dab a little bit of the gold on the edges. I have my big bucket of brushes here, which is good. I'm going to find another brush this size. And I just want to take a little bit. Now, I can spray this and have it drip down, and it's really nice. However, I have used paper on this side, and what will happen, of course, is my paper will get ruined. If I had put paper paste on top of that, or the clear gesso, then I could do that and it would not wreck my paper. But I didn't think about, doing this sort of thing until I started to put it together. And that's the thing as well, is, when you're playing with this stuff, is that you start to think about things as you're going along. Are you guys still with me? Anybody? Okay. Now I think on the other side I won't put the paper, and then I can show you how I can have that paint running down a bit. Okay, so that's what we have so far on this side. We've got some crackle on there. We've got these gorgeous flowers. We've got some little sprig pieces here. And that does take a little bit to dry. I will hit it with the heat gun, but I think we're ready to put that lace on this side and finish this side up. And I am happy with that. Do you like it? You don't like it? Oh, you're just watching me create. Okay. So let me know if you like what is going on here. Okay. And yes, there's so much stuff on my table. My glue gun. Bring it down this way. So I'm going to touch underneath here. Get some glue under my ribbon, or my lace rather, and get that stuck on there. Whoops. My fingers have things sticking to it. Is this making sense? Do you like this idea? Okay, so my lace is hanging down a bit just on the rails. I'm going to move it up a little bit on that one. There we go. And then I've got these pieces that are hanging down there. Everything is sticking to me. All right, so we've got this side. I like this side. So I'm just going to heat it so I can turn this over. But I want to get some of that 3D gloss gel dry, so everything holds in place. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. I appreciate it. Now, the glass beads, they come in all different colors. I'm going to be getting a bunch in, actually for the auction, different colors. But it makes it look like it's, the flowers have some frost on them. I don't know how well. Very frustrated with things not showing up clearly. So there we go. So that is that side. Now, I'm going to flip over to the other side. Now on this side, I have this gorgeous big pink flower. So because I've got the pink on there, I thought it would be better to put the 2-5 on this side. The 2-5 may need to go up there, I think. And then my flower can cover part of that. And then I think we will drip some of the sparks. So I could show you how that is done. If this one hasn't dried out. How's that one looking? Yeah, I might be able to, no. Oh, I might be able to save some of this to use. Again, invest in press and seal for all of your products, anything that you open up like this. The air does affect it, and then, you know, you lose your product. So you can get it at Walmart. It looks like, comes like a roll. It looks like saran wrap, but it's sticky. So it can stick right down and keep your stuff from drying out. Okay. So we're good for time. So this one, again, I'm going to have, I want the ribbon, or sorry, the lace along there. Cut off that piece. And that's going to go on the bottom there. I'm not putting that down yet. Now, in order for these to stick down, when you pour them, they get a little bit of an indentation. So I have pre-cut some pieces of chipboard or cereal board, and I'm going to put them on there. I'm going to stick them 2 layers on the back of my numbers. So bear with me, I'm going to do that right now. There we go. You could put 2 layers, you could put 1 layer, whatever you want to do. Just so that you have something to give it a little bit of space. Don't let the monster in.
She was talking to me, not you ladies.
Yeah, you're the monster, all right.
I'm the monster.
So yeah, I'm sticking those on the back. Yes?
Yes?
What are you after?
Stuff.
And then that will, maybe I only want 1.
Yeah, maybe you only want 1.
Hush.
Hush. I need a pokey tool.
Okay, so there's my 2 and my 5. Oh, the joys of using a glue gun.
I'll bring it back when I'm done.
Whatever.
Whatever.
So I think I want to put them so that they're touching each other, like that. Whoops, take this glue gun. Come on, stop puffing. Put that one there. And oops, that one like that. Okay, so I have a gap in here, which will allow me now to put a couple of the feathers tucked in there. Oh, I hate glue guns. So actually, before I put any more feathers down, I want to put my flower on there. What do you think? I put my flower there. I'm just thinking here. Thinking to myself. Stick my flower down. And a couple more pieces of that other stem. I'm pulling them out. And I think I need a few more on the other side. Grab a couple more out of there. This stuff is really nice. It's sort of furry. I'm gonna grab 3 more pieces of that. I'm gonna put a feather in there with it. I'm gonna put this on the other side. And that's going to be right in there. All right. And I like the look of that as well. Now, what I want to do, I think, is let's try to run so this is the Sparks paint. And move the glue gun before I add some water to that. And what that will do is if I spray it, it will start to run the color down. Water control it. I've still got all of these threads. And so I'm sort of shadowing the rose, the flower, with this green, this tealy color, but it is quite thick. As I said, it's a little thick in the bottle, so not working quite the way I wanted to, but you can see that it's adding a little bit of a background in there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take I have gold. Let's see how that bottle is. Tighten that one up. See what the Sparks is like. The gold. Gold is perfect. All right, let me get this green off of here. I should have a bucket of water, and I don't. So I want to take some of the gold, and I want to dab it. So there's a lot of dimension on the top of this number, and so I'm just dabbing that on there. This may or may not turn out the way I want, and if it doesn't, well, we color over it. But what I want to do now is I want to spray that. And let the colors run. And I'm going to put some under these pieces here. And you can see, I don't know if you can, but the color is running, which is exactly how I want it to work. And just dabbing that excess off of there. And it's giving me this really cool look underneath the flower as well as those little leaves. So I just want to heat that. I can do the next step and finish up. Okay, so that should be good. We have enough gold on there. Just thinking about what else needs something right up in here. But this is my focal point. Again, you know, it's all about clustering your stuff. getting it all grouped together nicely, and then working at that. So I still have the room for my lace along there, which is going to go like this. I'm going to put that lace on, then I can shut that glue off. There, there, and there. And then on this side. Whoops, don't touch the top of it with the... Alright, so I could add, if I wanted to, some of that gold on the tips of this white so that it doesn't look so white, so stark. I can also, you know, I can antique it with a wax. I think I'll just do that on this side. And then I want to add some more beads in there. So let's take the 3D gloss gel, my palette knife, and let's put some of the beads in here. And then we'll put some of the glass beads as well. Now I do have to redo my ice on the bottom of the sleigh here, or my snow, because I did, when I repainted the sleigh, I also painted over that. These pearls are beautiful. Let me pink one. There we go. And then I want to throw in some of the glass beads on there. Let's lay to the side. And push that to the side. Where did I put the glass beads? And again, that's going to give the illusion of frost on there. Heat that. Okay, so I'm going to take this snow, and this is the Arctic snow from Stamperia, and I'm going to add that, there we go, along the bottom here. I have used this whole container between this project and the mixed media class we did in the store. I've used a whole container, which is good. So this way both my runners will look like they've been through the snow. There we go. Just gonna pat it a little bit. And that's done. So that is pretty well it. That just has to dry. Let me just put my lid back on there. Glue gun is off. All right. So those are my two sides. So side one looks like this. We have the teal flowers, and it is still drying, and that will dry clear. It's just very thick, so it's going to take a while to dry. When my glove is off, I'm going to trim this lace so it's not hanging past the back there. So we've got our two flowers, we've got some feathers, we've got some paper on there, we've crackled in the background, and we've got these teal flowers which are perfect to go with my paper. On the other side, we used the molded 2.5. We used some Sparks paint to add some gold to that. We've used some sparks along the edges to sort of create a shadow of the flower with teal sparks and a gold sparks. This is the gold sparks. And they're an acrylic paint, but they do have this glimmer to them. And then we also put the stones, the memory pearl stones, in the center of the flower, along with the glass beads. We have these glass beads in the store as well. I love using these on all different techniques. I'm going to trim that lace again off the back of there. We've got the snow along the runners, and my sleigh, the outside of my sleigh is done. I will probably put something along here, not lace, but I may add, I don't know what, maybe some small flowers on the front there. And then I am ready to put my inserts in. So I'm going to run through my die cutting machine, my papers, and I'm going to fit them in. My runners are already painted, ready to go. So I can put those in my sleigh. Thanks, Carolyn. Yeah, this will go to the store as well. So you'll be able to see both of them done up. There we go. So I'm just going to add my index cards in there. I'm going to cut some from acetate and put them in there as well. Finish that up. So those three projects will be complete. They will, they'll go to the store, and then you'll be able to view them there. So I will finish this up in the morning so I can get this said and done and put to bed and move on. And away we go. Thank you. Yeah, well, you know, because of the teal and the pink, I wanted to incorporate both colors. So with the pink flower on here and the teal numbers, and then of course on this side, just the teal flowers with some pink background, you know, kind of worked well. Okay, everybody, so that is it. Look at that, 8:59 with a minute to spare. So if you have any questions about any other products I used, just send me an email. I do also have this little tiny frame that may even go in the front here, and I can put a cabochon in the center of that and just have it as part of a decor on the front. So I will see about that. Okay, so that's it for me. Messy class. Not so much for you, but certainly messy for me. But that's what it's all about. That's the fun part. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe and keep creating.